Y'all, so over the last 3 years, I have watched the Simpsons Frink Coin episode, season 31, episode 13, at least 500 times. I have come up with 30 to 50 cryptocurrencies that I've sort of deciphered from this episode alone. I'm going to share those with you over the next few weeks. We're going to do 1 to 2 at a time for each video because it takes a lot of concentration and breakdown. Everything's all subliminal. Yes, 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 baby, this is a rabbit hole. But take this journey with me. I promise you it'll be a good time. And at the end of it, at least, it's something to speculate on. Here we go. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Urban FinTech at the G Spot Studios channel, where we try to make finance and technology sexy. Today, we're looking at Injective and Loom token. As I was watching the Simpsons Frink Coin episode, there were at least 30 to maybe 50 coins that popped out at me. And I know you're thinking, yeah, right. It's 7, 8 minutes at best on YouTube. I watched the entire episode because I purchased it also, probably 10 minutes at best. Literally, not much missing from the original to some of the edited YouTube versions. But I did find that Loom token and Injective are two of the coins that I think the Simpsons have subliminally referred to on their show, and I'm going to tell you why today. So we're going to look at the tokenomics, kind of what, where, who, why, much more on Injective than on Loom, because I've already done a video on Loom. I'll leave that in the description below. Check that out. It's more about tokenomics. It doesn't really talk about, well, I probably mentioned the Simpsons, but it doesn't go into detail. So I'll do that today with Loom token. But also we're going to focus a bit more on Injective and their tokenomics, because again, we've already done the Loom review. And so we'll look at the tokenomics, we'll look at coin market cap to kind of look at some of the stats, more particularly around Injective. We'll take a look at these videos that I have. I have 2 videos that I think are referring to these coins. And then we'll just share some final thoughts. So it'll be a quick video. I recently did a turbo video for the turbo token, which again is a Simpsons subliminal kind of token that was mentioned. And it got really good reviews and really good feedback. So I appreciate everyone here. And my goal is to dive into all of these coins that I think I've sort of discovered. And then we'll just kind of speculate from there. Again, this is all just kind of entertainment and fun, but there's always a little truth to a little bit of the serum that's served to us. So let's just take a look at the Injective ecosystem right here. I have the website up. Injective has built the largest and fastest growing Web3 financial ecosystem. So Web3 is huge. I think a lot of the blockchain technologies that are trying to head toward the Web3 future is something that we should be taking a close look at, because this, again, will be what is to come, what will be the future. So it says explore the global network of decentralized applications, validators, builders, and partners working together to create a truly free and inclusive financial world. And so that is what the ecosystem talks about. I'm also going to give you a definition that I found on Uphold, which is an exchange that delves in different digital assets. So it does cryptocurrency, it does some metals and such, and so, and also like country currencies as well. And so they have a different kind of take when they give you a little bit more information on the coin. So the definition I have here for Injective that I'm going to read to you is from uphold.com. And I could not screenshot this. I could not take a picture of it on my computer because it pulled up my own investments that I have listed in Uphold. So whenever you have a moment, just go to Uphold. You can search all of their cryptocurrencies that they have listed. Injective is one of them. And under the About section, it'll tell you a little more. And so what it talks about is Injective is a layer 2 solution that boasts of being able to provide traders with unparalleled access to new decentralized markets, according to the project's blog. It was launched in 2021, backed by Mark Cuban, the infamous Mark Cuban. The protocol allows for the permissionless replication of just about any financial market, options, futures, synthetics, betting, dApps, or any other instrument that can leverage Injective's matching engine can be built on top of the chain. And this is according to Masari. So that first paragraph, put it in your pocket because we're going to come back to it. But let's just take a little bit of a tour of their website. And so it just has a bit here, why build with Injective. It talks about robust liquidity, tailored for DeFi, unprecedented interoperability. And we know that interoperability is a big deal when it comes to the blockchain space. Looking at some of the things that they're doing and who they're working, well, this is good right here. It kind of has a comparison of their speed. So between Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polkadot, and Polygon, which is Matic, Injective is over here. Transactions per second, 25,000. So that's like even what, 3,000 more than Polygon, which of the four here is the highest. Time to finality, instant. These other ones, look at Bitcoin, 60 minutes. Ancient, look at that, dinosaur, honey. And then the block time, average fee per transaction. So it looks like Injective is much cheaper. Polygon would probably be next. So they're neck and neck in terms of transaction fees. And then it has the consensus mechanism. And then we know that consensus is one of the major factors that describes what a cryptocurrency is. So you have Bitcoin proof of work, proof of stake with Ethereum and Polkadot, proof of stake with Polygon, and proof of stake with Injective. Okay, so there were a few folks that, let's see, we'll go up here and just kind of look at the ecosystem, if it'll come up for us. And major players, just as in when we looked at Loom token, when we looked at Turbo token, major players. So you got Cosmos Hub affiliated with Injective, Figment, Pith, Wormhole, Espresso Systems, BH Digital, Binance Labs. You know, Binance is huge. BNB Chain. So that's Binance Chain. Chorus One, Coinbase Institutional, Copper, and Cosmos Station. So one of the things about Loom token, because again, we're talking about Loom and Injective, is that they both have this direct affiliation with Coinbase. Now, Loom token actually has some affiliation with Base.com, which is an affiliation of Coinbase, but it's sort of their own ecosystem where developers and apps can operate, launch, etc. And again, check out the video in the description if you want a little bit more on Loom, because Loom is doing great things and their connections are off the chain. It's just like, wow, 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 wow. All right, so Coinbase, again, affiliated with Injective. So I think and Binance are two huge players in the blockchain ecosystem. And so to have those attached to this in some degree is huge, including Mark Cuban as well. All right, so let's go ahead and I want to really look at two videos. I have two Simpsons videos that I want to play. They're two different parts of the Frink coin episode. The first one is actually taking a look at Professor Frink. It's when Lisa decided she wanted to do her report or her essay on Professor Frink, and he begins to tell her about something he's working on, which is cryptocurrency, and he decides to show her by clicking the link on his TV to explain to her what cryptocurrency is. So we're going to watch this clip carefully, and then we're going to go back to this definition that I gave you guys, right? Actually, let's go through the definition now, and then we're going to go through it again after the clip. This little quick paragraph. Again, you put it in your pocket, so to pull it back out. This is what we're looking at. Injective is a layer 2 solution that boasts of being able to provide traders with unparalleled access to new decentralized markets. Launched in 2021, backed by Mark Cuban, the protocol allows for the permissionless replication. It provides for the permissionless replication. again, launched in 2021, backed by Mark Cuban, the protocol allows for the permissionless replication of just about any financial market, options, futures, synthetics, betting dApps, or any other instrument that can leverage Injective's matching engine. And again, I'll say this again, options, futures, synthetics, betting dApps, or any other instrument that can leverage Injective's matching engine can be built on top of the chain. So the two lines I want us to pay attention to here, put up in the front of your cerebral cortex or whatever, are these two. The first one, launched in 2021, backed by Mark Cuban, the protocol allows for permissionless replication. And the second thing I want you to focus on are the options, futures, synthetics, betting dApps, or any other instrument that can leverage Injective's matching engine. All right, keywords here: permissionless replication and leverage Injective's matching engine. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this first part of the Frink Coin episode that we'll be taking a look at.
For I will explain cryptocurrency by clicking a link to TV's most beloved scientist, Mr. Jim Paul.
So as you see, very quick, very, very quick. And we'll play it back again one more time. Essentially, it is, again, Professor Frink talking to Lisa, explaining that he's going to show her what cryptocurrency is. In this brief time, Jim Parsons comes on TV. He's talking about cryptocurrency, what it can do, all the different countries it can be in. And then they show this random kind of video of some stunt double who's on a motorcycle. And we know motorcycles have engines. And there's some kind of replication going on there, right? Some kind of duplication, because there's some other person that comes who is on the motorcycle, and then you'll see Jim Parsons kind of walk up and take over, right? So there's a replication of this engine because there's an engine on this motorcycle. So let's just take a look one more time.
Mr. Jim Paul.
And so he said, can a nerd do that? All right, so that is the first little hints of Injective. And I know it's a reach. These videos are rabbit hole, honey, rabbit hole energy. But again, let's talk, let's discover. Maybe there's something I missed that you see. All right, so that's the first portion. And again, permissionless replication and Injective's matching engine. If that didn't say that to me in that little clip, then I don't know what does. But it gets even deeper, folks. So let's go over here to the second clip of The Simpsons. All right, so Professor Frink has created his cryptocurrency. He's the man around town. People are loving him, using him, and just attaching themselves to him because of his wealth. All right, so at this point is where Burns, the nuclear businessman, decides that he wants to be the richest man in town. He's upset about it. He's developed, he's gathered a group of developers, I should say, that he wants to help work on a math problem that will rid cryptocurrency and bring it down, if you will. And so while he's doing that, he's talking to his assistant, Waylon, and he's, expressing how upset he is, how he wants to get this done. He's really curt, kind of aggressive individual. And so he treats people disrespectfully. And you'll see in this clip that there's an individual, I'm assuming someone who works there or a repairman, who comes up to him and says, hey, the cracks in the pipes that are leaking are growing exponentially. The cracks in the pipe that are leaking are growing exponentially. Now, this is where we get Loom and Injective within this sort of subliminal message. So just take a look.
Sir? Oh, walk from my new parking spot. Yeah. Sort of make you the wealth.
So take a look right here. This little thing that is covering up the crack pipe is definitely looking like sort of the symbol of the Loom token. But if you look over here, and I'll be honest, when I first saw this, this was one of the things that stuck out to me right away, right away. And I'm like, why is that there? So for a while, I had no clue what this is until I just saw the Loom token. I'm like, there has to be some correlation there. But this coverage of this crack pipe never dawned on me. And as I'm watching the injective price go up and up and up, I thought, turn that to the side. And that kind of looks like the injective logo, right? That is kind of what they use, minus the color, obviously, and minus the color of the Loom token. These are just kind of basic grayish colors, but they both sort of represent these two coins. So you'll hear again this assistant come up and starts to talk about the cracks in the pipes and how they're going to grow exponentially. And Burns just dismisses them, pushes them out the way, and is focused on going to these cryptographers to to take down the cryptocurrency market. So again, let's just watch a little bit more of it.
Wealthiest man in town again, of it.
Will there be actual coins? If so, make sure they're made from something men must dime.
By my calculations, the cracks in the coolant pipes are growing exponentially.
Now listen here, you magna cum loser.
So real quick, that's how fast it happens. And there's other Frink coin videos on YouTube that probably give you a little bit more of some substance to it as you watch it. But again, this one kind of stood out to me. And let's just watch it again in real time. And again, make your own decision.
On Staten Island, but those people...
It's me. Sir?
Oh,
Walk from my new parking spot. Yeah. Sort of make you the wealthiest man in town again, of it.
will there be actual coins? If so, make sure they're made from something men must dime.
By my calculations, the cracks in the coolant pipes are growing exponentially.
Now listen here, you magna cum losers. You're here for one reason and one reason only.
So that is sort of my breakdown on what I think in terms of Injective and Loom being some cryptocurrencies to look forward to in the future. And, you know, we could talk about Ripple. In the background, there was these three symbols too. That is going to be probably on another video that I do because I can only do so many at one time. But again, this is sort of what I've been discovering, and I find it quite interesting. So let's go ahead and take a look at if I can get this thing to go away. This is the only thing about using these stupid things. Thank God I have the edit button here. All right, so looking at coin market cap, currently, Injective is trading at $38. It is up 5% on the day. And so it has a total supply of 100, what is that, $1 million. Currently circulating supply 83,755,000. And it is the number 27th coin on the market cap. And so if we look here, this is what it's trading at on the day. It's a little up and down, but on average about 35 to 38 bucks. On the 7-day, there's been some dips. So it got a little lower on a dip. So again, a little all over the place. On the month, looks pretty good, looks pretty solid. It was $18 at one point. And again, now it's up to 38 bucks. So if we would have been able to get in at the $18, that would have been awesome. I do not hold Injective. I do, however, hold Loom. $1.37, almost around this time last year, $1.37. Folks, this is outrageous. We should have been on it. And hopefully some of you were. I'm assuming you were if you're here watching the video. I should have been on it. And let's see, all time, It was actually $1.04 at one point. $1.04. And it looks like it may have gotten up to close to 45 bucks maybe at some point. So I imagine that it'll still continue to go up because there still is a little bit left here in the total supply. But once that is out, so looks like we're what, 17 million maybe coins away from reaching total supply, then it'll just skyrocket and become more of a stable coin. And when I say stable coin, I mean in the sense of it becomes less inflationary. And so a little bit more of a stable price point on the market. So that is what we have for Injective. We can go here quickly and look at Loom for any of you who are interested. Let's just see if we can pull up any information on Loom and find out what it is currently doing on the market. Let's see here. Okay. So Loom is down. It is at just shy of 10 cents. And it is close to reaching its full total supply as well. If you see here, looks like 1.3 billion. It's currently at 1.2 billion. So once that takes off, that price will shoot up as well. It is number 313 on CoinMarketCap. But again, it's one of my coins that I have listed to make it into the future. It has some deep connections. So that's the day, 7-day, the month. It is down. It is down on the month. It sure is. For the year, there was a huge spike, looks like in October last year. It kind of like balanced itself out. And when it first launched, huge. Then there was a dip, kind of trading sideways for a while. And I believe this is kind of where we're at right now. So there's some room for a lot of growth. I imagine it'll come down a little bit, but probably spike back up by the springtime. So I am definitely here for Loom. I'm also here for Injective. I think they're both good projects. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I have more tokens to talk about, some of the tokens that you just would never imagine that I've gathered from this Frink coin episode. And so it's exciting. I'm looking forward to it. It is fun kind of figuring out what's going to make it, what's not. But again, I think I've discovered close to 50 tokens in some regard that are a part of the future of cryptocurrency. I thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time. Take care.